Hello, guys, and welcome back to the MD Investor Channel. MD Investor Channel, the channel where we talk about personal finance. We talk about setting goals and achieving goals. Talking about financial intelligence, teaching our children how to be financially intelligent so they don't have to make the same mistakes that we did. How to make money. Talking about breaking the cycle of generational poverty. Instagram, you can see the videos at MD Investor One. That's MD Investor One on Instagram. Thanks for all the love and the support, guys. Follow, subscribe, and definitely subscribe if you want to be alerted to when we make these videos. We make these videos weekly just to help out the community, guys. And community is growing, and we appreciate all the love and support. Today, we're going to talk about passive income. Today, we're going to talk about passive income. You know, growing up, like a lot of you guys, you learn that if you want to make money, what do? That's right, get a job. You want to make more money, what do? Get another job. Do overtime. Some people get 2 jobs, 3 jobs, right? The more you work, the more you make, right? So that's active income. We all know about that, right? We all know about active income. Whatever your job is, plumber, electrician, doctor, pharmacist, whatever it is. You work, you get paid. You don't work, guess what? You don't get paid. Some people call it trading your time for money. That's what you're doing, right? You give them 8 hours, you make an X amount of dollars per hour, and they give you that amount of money. You don't come in, you don't get paid. It's simple as that. You work, you get paid. You don't work, you don't get paid. Active income. We know all about that, right? But there's some problems with that. There's some problems with this active income way of making money, which most of us do. One, you're kind of limited, right? If you only make money when you work, I mean, you can't work all the time. You got to sleep. You got to take some time off to rest your body. So you definitely can't work all the time. You can't work 24 hours a day. So it's kind of limited, right? Even if you had 2 jobs, right? You go from a day job to a night job. It's kind of limited. That's one of the problems with active income. The second problem is, we mentioned before, you don't work, you don't get paid. Like anything could pop up while you couldn't work. Injury, you have to take death in the family, you have to take some time off, whatever it is. But if you don't work, you don't get paid. That's the problem with this active way of making money called active income. A couple of other problems to list about this way of making money of active income. Time. You're trading your time for money. And time is one resource that, it's kind of limited. We all have 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in a week. And if you're given so much of that to make money, that's time that you're not with your family. You can never get that time back, right? So when the problem is time, you're trading your time, time to be with your family, see your kids grow up, and so on. And, sometimes we got to do that. There's another problem with this way of making money is it's not recurring. What I mean by that is, if you go to work on Monday, you will get paid for Monday, whether you punch a clock or whatever. They'll say, okay, he worked on Monday, we're going to pay him on Monday. How many times are they going to pay you for that work that you did? One time. They don't keep paying you for that. You work Monday and we'll pay you for Monday. That's it. You're done, one and done. That's not good. Okay? The other problem I have listed here for this active income is taxes. The way the tax system is written, guys, by Congress, is that earned income income that you work from your job, whatever type of job it is. You get a W-2 at the end of the year. A W-2 employee is the highest tax income out there. They tax it at a much higher rate than other type of income that we'll talk about a little later. So it's taxed very high. So and that's all we've learned. So far, that's all we've learned. You want to make money? Go get a job. But we've written here that there's some problems with this job, right? It's limited. We can't do it forever. We need to rest. If we don't work, we don't get paid. It takes a lot of time away from our family. It's time that we can't get back. It's non-recurring income, meaning they pay you one time for that shift you did on Monday. You won't get paid for that ever again. One and done. And the taxes, it's taxed at a much higher rate than other incomes. Now let's talk about passive income. Now passive income is something that we didn't really grow up learning about it. We really didn't. We didn't grow up about making money without having to work for it. I mean, it just wasn't something that we're accustomed, and therefore it's not something that's in our repertoire. It's not in our consciousness, and that's something that's almost foreign to us. Passive income. Initially, it takes a little effort to set this up, but then after that, it pays you over and over again. What they call a recurring income, right? That's the sweet thing about it. It might take a little effort in the beginning to set it up, but once it's set up, you get paid over and over again. Now, let's look at some of the benefits of passive income. Some of the benefits of passive income. One, you get paid while you sleep. You could be on the beach in Puerto Rico. You could be at the gym. You could be sleeping. You could be halfway around the world. You get paid whether you work or not. Is that a beautiful thing? Yeah, you got that right. It's a beautiful thing. Another positive about passive income. You don't have to work a 9-to-5 job. You don't have to go anywhere at a certain time. You don't have to be anywhere at a certain time. You don't have to go punch your clock. Nobody telling you what to do. What do you call that? You call that freedom. You call that freedom. That's what passive income gives you. Freedom. Number 3, passive income is recurring, meaning you get paid over and over again. With active income, like we said, you worked at one job, or you work, you work full-time hours in 2018. You work full-time hours in 2018. Are they going to keep paying you for those hours you worked in 2018? No, they're not. No, they're not. It's one and done. But with passive income, you'll get paid over and over and over again. That's a beautiful thing. Another positive thing about passive income is that it's taxed at a much lower rate. We said that earned income is one of the highest tax income that you can make. And that's how most of us make our money. Our only source of income is earned income. And we get taxed at a higher rate. That's why people say the more you make is the more they take. But with passive income, you get taxed at a much lower rate. That's why people like Mitt Romney paid about 13% in taxes, because most of his income comes from dividends and from investments. That's taxed at a much lower rate than earned income. Trump, much lower income, because much lower tax rate, because most of his income is coming from real estate, also taxed at a lower rate. Investment real estate. Number 5, benefits of passive income. You get your time and you get your freedom back. You don't have to punch your clock. You don't have to be anywhere. So therefore, your time is yours. You're free to go. You're free to do what you want to do what you love to do, go fishing. Your income is guaranteed, and you don't have to work for it. Now let's get into some examples of passive income. So far, it sounds like a beautiful thing. Absolutely, and it is a beautiful thing. Like I said, it's something that we have not been taught, we haven't been learned. This is all new information, and now we have to kind of get our mind wrapped around that. Is this possible? How can I get paid without working for it? Yes, it's possible. Think about your landlord. Okay, whether you have a house now, but maybe at one time or another you rented an apartment. Yeah, one time or another you rented an apartment, whether you're growing up as a child, maybe your parents did, and they paid the rent to who? The landlord. The landlord might have owned a duplex or a triplex or maybe a fourplex, maybe a fiveplex, maybe a small apartment building. Whatever it is, the income that you were paying was going to the landlord. So that income came to him. He didn't work for it, but the income was coming to him. He had some expenses he had to pay. He had to pay the property taxes and all these things for the garbage and all that stuff. But the income was passive for him. He wasn't working for it. Okay? So let's look at some examples, some other examples of passive income. We'll just mention one, rental property. A great example of passive income. Right? You might say it's not completely passive. Well, yeah, maybe it's not like a completely passive. I don't want to clean the toilets and so on. But you can get property management to take care of stuff like that. But the bottom line is they're not working for it. They're not coming in and working, punching the clock and working 8 hours. The money is being generated passively. They could be on a beach in Puerto Rico or Trinidad, and you have to still mail your rent check at the beginning of the month. It's passive for them, right? They're getting paid while they sleep. They're not working 9 to 5. It's recurring the first of the month. The check is coming in. The first of the month, the check is coming in. And if it's not coming in, you're going to have a problem. And they pay lower taxes than that because it's rental income. Guys, you got to remember one thing. The U.S. tax code is written to benefit two types of people. One, people that creates two things that the government wants you to provide. Jobs and housing. If you do those two things, you have a great tax benefit. So rental property, you're providing housing. So your income is going to be taxed at a lower rate. You're providing housing. And all that stuff, all the stuff that you pay for the property, your investment property, is tax deductible. You got to fix up the apartment. You got to get a new kitchen. You got to get a new bathroom. You got to repave the driveway. You got to need a new roof. The siding is old. You need new shingles. Tax deductible. Because you're providing something that the government wanted to provide. People who provide jobs also get lots of great tax incentives. Okay? Tax incentive. Okay, guys. So you get low taxes and you get your time and your freedom back. Another example of passive income, aside from rental properties, would be something like dividend stocks. You buy dividend stocks, and these stocks pay dividends to shareholders. Usually every quarter or every 3 months. You can go online, look up your favorite stocks, see how much the dividend they pay, what the dividend history, and even though it's not guaranteed, because the board of directors can decide at any time for whatever reason we're not going to pay a dividend. But usually, companies with that long track record of paying dividend, they're usually shareholder friendly, and they usually have a good track record of paying dividends. But like I said, they're not guaranteed on paper. But usually, history is a good indication of you being confident that this may continue. But dividend stock, perfect example of passive income. You don't work for it. Think about it. You don't have to go punch a clock at Johnson & Johnson if you own shares there. If you're a shareholder and they pay a dividend, you are entitled to that dividend as a part owner of that company. You don't have to go to any meetings. You don't have to punch a clock. You don't have to go into any manager's meeting. Your supervisor doesn't have to pull you to the side. You're getting paid just for being a part owner of that company. That's a beautiful thing, guys. That is an absolute beautiful thing. And like I said, you're taxed at a much lower rate. Another example of a passive income would be like royalties. So, for example, a musician make a CD or make music. And like, for example, take the Beatles. And they made music 40 years ago. And the royalties are the checks that they're still getting off the music they made years ago. Maybe it was active years ago while they were making the music, but now they're sitting back. These are old men right now sitting back getting checks. Or an author who wrote a book and they're still getting royalties. So these are a couple of examples, guys, of passive income. I know, like I said, we didn't grow up learning about this. We only learned there was one way to make money, and that's actively with your hands, with your back, with your brain, whatever it is. But now that we learn that there are other ways to make money, and it's called passive income. This is going to be a big topic on this channel, guys. We're going to get deeper into it. We're going to dive into it. We're going to show examples of it. We're going to see how we can actually, in practical aspect, incorporate this in our financial building. And it's going to be a great ride, guys. So just a quick video, guys, to talk about passive income, a way for us to generate income without using our hands. And it's something that you get paid while you sleep. We get recurring money over and over again. It is a favorable tax treatment. And you get your time and your freedom back to spend with your family. How great is that? So thanks, guys. Just a quick video. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Continue to watch MD Investor. MD Investor on YouTube. Subscribe. Definitely hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when new content come out. MD Investor 1 on Instagram. Take care, guys, and I will see you in the next video.